Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to take a deep dive into some 3D combat?
Always ready for that.
Awesome. Today we're all about Virtua Fighter.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically, Akira Yuki, poster child.
Yeah, definitely.
The main man.
For sure.
And we've got a bunch of cool stuff to look at. We got his character bio. We're going to take a peek at Virtua Fighter 5 REVO on Steam.
Right.
And we're even going to go back in time a little bit.
Oh, cool.
With some Wikipedia deep cuts. You know, really paint a complete picture.
I like it.
By the end of this, you'll know Akira's strengths inside and out. And you'll really understand how Virtua Fighter punched its way into gaming history.
You know, it's fascinating because Virtua Fighter didn't just introduce a new genre, did it?
Right.
Like, it laid the groundwork for a whole style of 3D movement and combat that countless games have built upon. It's wild.
Totally. So let's start with Akira Yuki.
Okay.
Main character.
Yeah.
The guy you see on all the posters. And there's a reason for that. His fighting style is Bajiquan Kung Fu, and it's not about fancy combos or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's about raw power.
Raw power.
Yeah.
I like that.
Simple.
That's right.
Yeah.
Other characters might have a wider variety of moves, but Akira, he really embodies that less is more philosophy.
Yeah.
You know, Bajiquan is known for its explosive single-hit strikes, and that's reflected in his gameplay. He hits hard, makes every blow count.
So he's got this focused power, right?
Right.
But his bio also mentions that a lot of his moves involve these big, almost exaggerated steps. How does that play into his style?
That's where the strategic depth comes in. Those big steps give Akira incredible range, so he can control the distance of the fight, making him a real threat from afar.
Okay.
And players who master Akira's spacing and timing can really dominate their opponents, keeping them off balance.
Oh, wow.
And punishing any openings.
So it's almost like he's a chess player, right?
Oh, yeah.
Thinking several moves ahead.
Absolutely.
Using those steps to maneuver himself into the perfect position to land that knockout blow.
Exactly. It's not just about brute force with Akira. There's a real art to mastering his positioning.
Right.
And making the most of those limited, but incredibly powerful attacks.
And that's something that, you know, I really experienced firsthand when I finally got my hands on Virtua Fighter 5 REVO.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about a blast from the past. You know, I remember playing the original Virtua Fighter in the arcades.
Oh, nice.
Like feeding quarters into that machine until my thumbs were sore.
Yeah, that nostalgia factor is powerful.
It is.
Especially when a remaster manages to capture the essence of the original while bringing it up to modern standards.
This one definitely does. The 4K graphics are insane, and they even added rollback netcode.
Ooh, nice.
Which, you know, for those who might not know, it's this amazing tech that makes online matches feel super smooth, no more laggy frustration.
Rollback netcode is a game changer, especially for fighting games where precise timing is everything.
Right.
It predicts your inputs and smooths out any network hiccups.
It's amazing.
Yeah, creates a much more responsive and enjoyable experience.
It's like night and day compared to some older online fighting games. Virtua Fighter 5 REVO really feels polished, but it still has that classic Virtua Fighter feel. Which makes sense because this game series was revolutionary when it first came out.
It was. Virtua Fighter wasn't just the first 3D fighting game. It was the game that showed the world what 3D fighting could be.
Totally.
Imagine, back in 1993, seeing those polygonal fighters moving in a three-dimensional space for the first time.
It was mind-blowing.
It blew everyone's minds.
It wasn't like they just threw some polygons on the screen and called it a day, right?
Oh, no, definitely not.
You know what I mean?
The Virtua Fighter team really put a lot of thought into how those characters moved, how they interacted with the environment. They created a system that felt both realistic and incredibly fun to play.
Yeah, and the Wikipedia article was mentioning that they actually
Oh, really?
studied various martial arts forms to make sure that
that's cool.
each character's moveset was authentic.
Oh, wow.
You know, and reflected the nuances of their chosen style. And speaking of characters, Akira might be the face of the franchise, right?
Yeah.
But Virtua Fighter has this whole cast of fighters, each with their own unique look and fighting style.
Yeah, that's one of the things that has kept this series fresh over the years.
Right.
There's this incredible diversity
Totally.
in the roster.
Yes.
From a sumo wrestler
Love that.
to a Muay Thai champion
Yeah.
to a Jeet Kune Do master.
Oh, it's so cool.
Each character brings their own unique flavor to the game, both in terms of gameplay and personality.
It's like they created a whole world within this fighting game, you know?
Okay.
And some of these characters, like Akira, have even crossed over into other games.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, right?
Absolutely. That's a sign of their lasting impact, right?
Totally.
You see Akira popping up in Dead or Alive 5
Yeah.
or Project X Zone.
Uh-huh.
It's a testament to how iconic these characters have become. You know, they've transcended the world of Virtua Fighter and entered the broader gaming lexicon.
It's so cool to see how they've left their mark on gaming culture. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But let's get back to the core of the experience,
Okay.
the actual gameplay. So we talked about Akira's strengths and everything.
Right.
But how does Virtua Fighter actually play? What are the basics?
So the objective is simple. You need to win 2 out of 3 rounds
Okay.
by depleting your opponent's health bar.
Okay.
But the path to victory, that's where the depth lies.
Okay, so I'm guessing there's a lot more to it than just mashing buttons.
Definitely. Virtua Fighter has this deceptively simple control scheme.
Okay.
You have a joystick for movement and 3 buttons. Punch, kick, and guard.
Okay.
But it's how you combine these inputs,
Right.
how you time your attacks,
Yeah.
how you position yourself, that determines your success.
So it's about like reading your opponent,
Absolutely.
anticipating their moves, and reacting accordingly.
Exactly.
And that's where Akira's limited moveset actually becomes an advantage, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Because he has fewer moves, players are forced to master those moves completely.
I see.
You know, they need to understand the range,
Right.
the timing,
Uh-huh.
the subtle nuances of each attack.
Yeah.
And that mastery can be incredibly rewarding.
I can imagine. You're not relying on a bunch of flashy combos. You're relying on precision
Right.
and strategy.
Exactly. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
There's a real elegance to Virtua Fighter's combat system.
Right.
You know, it's like a chess match where every move has consequences.
Yeah.
And when you land that perfect counter or outmaneuver your opponent to deliver a crushing blow,
Yeah.
it's incredibly satisfying.
It sounds like a game that rewards patience, timing,
Totally.
a deep understanding of the mechanics.
It does, but it's also a game that can be enjoyed on multiple levels.
Right.
You can jump in and have fun button mashing with friends.
Yeah.
But if you really want to dive deep,
Right.
there's a wealth of strategic depth to explore.
It's a game that can grow with you as a player.
Exactly. And that's one of the reasons why Virtua Fighter has remained relevant for so long.
Right.
It's a classic for a reason.
Yeah, it really is a testament to its design and characters and just its legacy. And speaking of legacy, I think there's a bigger takeaway here. Something that goes beyond the world of Virtua Fighter. You know what I mean?
I agree. When we look at Akira and his fighting style, you know, his mastery of a limited set of moves, it makes you think about how that applies to other areas of life.
Exactly. This idea of focused mastery, right?
Yes.
Honing your skills and becoming incredibly good at a specific thing.
It resonates on a much deeper level.
It really does.
It's about identifying your strengths
Right.
and dedicating yourself to developing them. It's about quality over quantity.
Right.
Precision over a wide array of less refined skills.
It's like that saying, jack of all trades, master of none.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's better to be really good at one thing than just okay at a bunch of things.
Right.
You know?
And that applies to so many different pursuits.
Totally.
Learning a musical instrument, mastering a craft, even becoming an expert in a particular field of study.
For sure.
It's about focus and dedication.
It's about finding your passion and putting in the work to truly excel at it.
Absolutely.
And I think that's a powerful message that we can all take away from Virtua Fighter,
Yep.
even if we're not all aspiring virtual fighters ourselves. You know?
It's a message that resonates with the game's enduring appeal. Virtua Fighter isn't just about winning or losing, is it?
No.
It's about the journey of mastery.
Right.
The constant pursuit of improvement.
Pushing yourself to become the best version of yourself, both within the game and in the real world.
I like that.
And I think that's what makes this deep dive into Virtua Fighter so fascinating.
For sure.
You know, we've explored its history, its gameplay, and even its philosophical underpinnings.
Yeah, we really have.
We've gotten to know Akira Yuki, a character who embodies the spirit of focused mastery. And we've seen how that spirit resonates far beyond the confines of the virtual arena.
So if you're looking for a game that challenges you to think strategically, to hone your skills, to embrace the pursuit of mastery,
Virtua Fighter is waiting for now.
it is.
And who knows, maybe you'll even discover some real-world lessons along the way.
Oh.
Until next time, keep on diving.